What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be talking about Venus in Pisces and the magical energy attached to this transit and how to channel it. So, let's get into it. We have some very interesting astrology to start January 2025. One of them being this Venus in Pisces transit. Now, Venus is considered exalted in the sign of Pisces. Why is that? Well, truthfully, you have to really ponder it and experience it to truly understand it. But on one level, exaltation means that a planet does well within a sign. So one of the ways you can channel some of the magic connected to this transit is through your own personal creativity. Pisces represents spiritual energy, our connection to the divine source. When Venus gets into Pisces, it allows anyone to access the inspiration of their muses, or rather, the inspirational promptings coming from their unconscious. This can be a time of intense healing through that, through the ability of digging deep into oneself and bringing forth that unconscious feelings, just feelings and emotions through something like your creativity. This is the transits where poets are born. If you ever really think about it, as someone who is a poet and who's met a lot of other poets, a lot of times poets are born out of going through something deep and needing to release that. Venus in Pisces represents like the healing part of that journey. You know what? I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm going to channel this into some perspective and express it. Real quick, if you're enjoying this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know how you're enjoying it. It really means a lot. Another way we can look at this energy and channel it is through ritual. Being creative is one form of a ritual. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to write a song. I'm going to do that over and over, right? And then before you know it, I have an album, which is a particular expression of songs, right? So when it comes onto our rituals, what the rituals do is help connect you with those inner resources, your inner divinity. It helps like activate it, focus you in, whether that be through lighting of candles, meditation, whatever it may be. It focuses you in there. And then the ritual part of it is that you will return to it, which helps expand upon consistency. And when we look at this from the Pisces perspective, it puts us in tune with Virgo, which is we now have implemented our spirituality into our everyday routine via rituals. So as I said before, this transit is a time in which you want to tap into new creative resources as well as positive, possibly spiritual reinforcing rituals. Another thing all signs are going to need to focus on here is the honoring of boundaries. As Venus goes through this sign, we know that it will eventually conjunct Saturn and then Neptune. The presence of its connection here with Saturn is going to call into focus the structure of our relationships, the give and take. And within that, we'll have to examine our boundaries. Do we give more of ourselves or too much of ourselves? And can that be some form of self-undoing? Where could we create boundaries that allow us to connect with ourselves more or pour more energy into our own selves? Depending on where this transit is, let's say it's happening in the 6th house, let's say it's happening in the 10th house. This can mean instilling boundaries in something like your work life, in the amount of energy you dedicate towards it. Do you need to make room for something else that you love? Okay. Of course, the quintessential example is going to be with relationships. Let's say this happened in the social houses like the 3rd house, the 7th house, the 11th house, we're going to come into real focus on the role of relationships in our lives. And possibly this can be a phase where we're letting things go. As I said, when Venus connects with Saturn, karmically, we will be questioning these things and need to make decisions. And that'll be like a test to open the year. I see this Venus in Pisces transit as a stimulator to get you going into your goals through love, through unconditional love, through devotion. Okay? The downside of this transit would be getting lost in the sauce of everyday life, confusion, not being able to implement changes or feel like you have a control over your routine. To simplify this for you, when you know you're channeling this energy correctly, there will be a multitude of magical synchronicities within your life. If you're connecting with someone new or meeting new people, I guarantee there'll be synchronistic understanding as to why. Your role is to kind of just, with Venus being connected to attraction, your role is to be open to that and receptive and not miss it. Okay? And all of this goes back to the root of how you're going to be feeling. How are you channeling self-love? How are you going about your everyday routine? Venus will eventually square Jupiter as well. And this can make us feel overwhelmed. It can come with an abundance of choices. We can feel like not knowing which direction to go. What you're going to need to do here is channel energy of that North Node in Aries and what it's meant, knowing who you are as an individual. And the Pisces influence will reflect via the love you're displaying or putting into whatever you're participating in. So the magic of this transit, y'all, is connected to love and your ability to channel love, manifest love, experience love, whether that be through creativity, your work, serving in some way. It's a really interesting time. And let us not forget it's Capricorn season. So this is a reminder that there's work to be done. I guess my last piece of advice would be not to get caught in the gravity of your illusions, but rather focus on staying within flow. And you'll find flow comes with feelings of happiness and fulfillment. This is a little bit about the upcoming transit, Venus in Pisces. Let me know, how's it playing out for you so far? If you need a reading, check out my website, GeminiBrown.com. Check out my album, The Sun in Gemini 2, my book, Astrology of the Matrix. Till next time, peace.